Hi, it's Adiz Academy from Adiz Academy, and in this video, I'm going to be walking you through how to be more productive as an entrepreneur. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, definitely you understand the need for you to be most productive because your productivity determines the kind of results you're going to actually get. It's going to determine to a large extent the amount of money that you can make, and it also determines how much you can grow. Another thing is your productivity state determines how much you are able to achieve your goal. So it's very important for every entrepreneur to be very productive. But then the truth is that so many people are dealing with productivity. I mean, there's so many people that just feel a lot lazy, and then most times you don't even know what to do about it. You know you have a lot of stuff to do, but then it just feels like there's a whole lot going on in your mind, like you're just weak, and then you don't even know how to get past that particular state and be more productive. So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through some of the steps you can actually put to work, put to use to actually get yourself to be more productive. All right, so let's go right in. To be more productive, the very first thing you should actually pay attention to, that a lot of persons don't really pay attention to, is that you need to put yourself in the state that makes you to be more productive. Now, if you actually want to cut a tree, I mean, there's this quote of, I think, Abraham Lincoln, where he said if he wants to cut a tree, let's say if he has 4 hours to cut a tree, he will spend the first 3 hours sharpening the axe. Now, why do you think it's sharpening the axe? It's sharpening the axe because he understands that he needs to get the axe to be in the shape that is more productive, because the more productive state the axe is, the more effective he actually gets to work. The same thing applies to you as an entrepreneur. It's very important for you to put yourself in the state that gets you to be more productive, so that you can actually be able to be more productive. Most times you are feeling very tired, you've not eaten, you've not had your bait, you've not done certain things, and then most times your body system is very weak at that particular point. So if you are not in a state that ensures that you'll be more productive, it's going to be very hard for you to be productive at that particular time. So before you think about productivity, always think about, am I putting myself in this state that allows me to be more productive? Now, let's say instead of you trying to work for 4 hours straight, why don't you split it out? So you're splitting it out with 1 hour work, then 30 minutes rest, another 1 hour work, then say 30 minutes rest. So you're doing that and doing that. That 30 minutes is actually helping you to get back to your productive state, right? So you're taking these naps because you know that these naps are going to make my body more relaxed, so I can get back into the states that allow me to be productive. So this your productive state can actually be anything at all. The main idea behind this is just to put yourself in that state that allows you to be more productive. So you should not always focus on, I want to be productive. You should also focus on, okay, what can I do to actually get myself to become productive? And then you actually do these things, and then you find out that productivity is going to be quite easy for you. So it could be like taking a walk, it could be like taking a nap, it could be like having snacks, it could be like gisting with a friend, it could be like seeing a movie, anything at all that you know that probably relaxes you and then gets you into that state. Or it could even be watching motivational videos, right? Just something that you know that allows you to be in that state that makes you to become more productive. You get, so this is one of the steps that you can actually get to use. Number 2 is creating a to-do list. So a to-do list is like a list of stuff that you want to get done. Now, one problem I've noticed with myself and with a lot of entrepreneurs is most times it's not like you don't know, it's not like you don't want to do something, but then the actual issue here, the main issue here is that you don't know what to do. Like, let's say you're working on something, and then after you finish that, you don't know the next task to come to that. And the truth is that little gap you have between the last task you just did and the next one can create a lot of distraction. Like, let's say you complete something just right now, and then you don't know the next thing to do, probably because you don't have a list of what you're supposed to do that day. You might just decide to just go on WhatsApp, and once you get to social media, you are going to be distracted for a whole lot of time. You can spend over 1 hour there and you don't even know why. Just because of you don't have a list of what you are actually supposed to be doing at a particular moment. So you want to create a to-do list for your day, right? So you can actually do this. Most times I do this the night before, like before I wake up the next morning. So I do it this evening so that tomorrow morning I know what to actually work on. I know the first thing to do in the morning, you get. So you want to create a to-do list. Another thing that a to-do list does for you, aside from the fact that it helps you gain clarity on what to do during the day, is that when you create your to-do list the night before, it gives you a sense of responsibility. Like you're actually sleeping, but once you wake up, you now know that, right, I have to set goals for today, and then I know, okay, this is the first thing I need to do this morning, this is the next thing I need to do, this is the next thing I need to do. Just waking up that morning, it already changes the way you see your day, because now you are clear on what to do. So you can create a to-do list, you can put it on your wall, you can put it on your phone, but then the idea is just to give you a clear task that you're supposed to actually embark on that particular day. So it's not like you just complete one task and you're thinking, what should I do? Those little time, those little gap can actually allow distraction to set in. So create a to-do list around everything that you want to get done in a particular day, and then walk through them. And number 3 is create a morning routine for yourself. Now, everybody has a morning routine. Either you intentionally create one, or you actually create one yourself, or you actually allow yourself to create one. You can intentionally create something, and you can actually allow yourself to create a particular thing. I'm going to explain it to you. Now, a lot of persons, this is their morning routine. You wake up in the morning, and the first thing you do is you take your phone and you go to WhatsApp, you check people's status, you reply messages from yesterday. Before you wake up, you're already tired. So you wake up, you go out, you gist with people, you probably just wash your face, and then before you come back, time has gone. You come back again and you're taking your phone again, and before you know, it is already 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and you've not even started on anything that day. Now, when you decide to get to work, once you do just 1 or 2 tasks for the day, you're already tired. Why? Because you started the morning on the wrongest foot. Like you had a morning routine. Many people have morning routines because a routine is something you are doing consistently. So either you create one, or you just allow one come to you naturally. It's a morning routine. So what you want to do is you want to take charge of your morning. Because one thing I've noticed, and one thing I'm sure you've also noticed, is once your morning is bad, the entire day is bad. It's just like the head of any animal, or the head of any human being. Once the head is no longer there, the body is as good as dead. So once your morning is actually once you make a mistake in your morning, it's almost impossible for you to actually get that day to be great. So you need to take charge of your morning routine. Create a good morning routine for yourself. So it could be like you're waking up in the morning, and let's say the very first thing you're doing is to probably watch a motivational video, right? And then after then, you are probably doing some stretchings, or you are just taking a walk around the block. And then probably after then, you take a glass of water, and then after then, probably you just read maybe just one chapter of a book, or probably a devotional, and then you get to work immediately that morning. Now, while you're doing all of this, you are not even checking your social media platform, you're not checking your WhatsApp, your Instagram, or any of these things at all. So once you start doing this every single day, you will notice that you're able to take more control of your morning. It's going to be much more better than when you just wake up and you're just doing anything that comes to mind. But now you know, okay, this is what I'm going to do once I wake up this morning. Then after that, I'm doing this. After that, I'm doing this. Once you can create a morning routine for yourself like this for every single day, like from now on, or from henceforth, you'd realize how much you're going to control your day. Because once your morning is set, once you're actually doing the things that preserve your energy in the morning, once you're able to do these things, you will notice that throughout the day, you have so much energy to actually get to do other things. So always pay attention to your morning and create a very, very good morning routine for yourself. If you have issues creating morning routine for yourself, you can follow what I just explained before. And if you have more issues, you can just drop a comment in the comment section below, and I will definitely reply to you. And then the next one, which is number 4, is shutting off distraction. Now, one thing about productivity is that you can actually be productive for 2 hours, or let's say 4 hours. I think 4 hours is actually too long. Let's say 2 hours. You can be productive for 2 hours, working constantly on something, and then the moment a notification just pops up on your phone, let's say on Instagram, or on Facebook, or on WhatsApp, immediately you leave that work you're doing, and then you just go to that social media platform. Trust me, 30 minutes later, you might still be on the platform. That's how much distraction can actually cause to anybody. I was watching a video this week where this guy was explaining how distraction happens. The guy took I think he took his clothes to go and drop somewhere, and as he was going, he saw something else. He left the clothes and he went after that thing. As he was about doing that one also, he saw something else again. Like, he was constantly distracted, and that's just how we feel. I'm sure before you got to this video, you were actually just probably mindlessly just going through the status, and then you just saw the link. Like, you didn't even know what you were doing. You get that? And then you saw this video and you just tapped on it. You were going somewhere, but you were distracted by this link, and you just got here. And you're getting that? So distraction actually occurs. You get? So you want to make sure you are eliminating distraction, because once distraction occurs, it can actually hamper your productivity state. So you can do this by shutting off social media. If you know you want to work, shut off social media. If you can use applications that hide other applications, you can use them. If you can freeze your application, you can freeze them. If you can put your phone on do not disturb, or turn off all of the notification of your social media, you can actually do these things. Or you just, sometimes I can even remove my SIM from my phone and throw it somewhere else, so I can actually focus, because I know without the SIM my data cannot even be on. You get? So you want to actually shut off these distractions, because once you are not distracted, you can actually flow. You get? You can actually get to that point where you are just flowing. You get? So, and then the second thing is, before you wake up, before you sleep every night, make sure that you turn off all your social media platforms. Make sure that your social media platforms are not accessible to you. Like for me, I use an Android device, so it's easy for me to just put all of them inside my freezer. My freezer is like an app that allows me hide other apps, so I just put it inside the freezer. And then when I wake up in the morning, even if I switch on my data, all of my social media platforms are inside the freezer. I would have to go and unfreeze them to get them out. So till like around 9 a.m. in the morning, I'm not even seeing any notification from anywhere, so I can actually focus on what really matters throughout my morning. So shut off distractions. Now the next one, which is number 5, is using a timer. So if you're working with a to-do list, so let's say you have some tasks to do in a particular day, or let's say in the morning you just woke up and then you want to do certain tasks, you should actually time yourself for these tasks. If you're just getting started, let's say you want to work on something, just set a timer for yourself. So let's say I'm working on this for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I will stop working on it and I would rest for 10 minutes. Now, if this is something you're starting for the very first time, you'll be able to do that task for 20 minutes. Yeah, so just 20 minutes. It looks very small until you get started, and then after 20 minutes, I'll rest for 10 minutes. So I'll come back again, I'll set another timer for 30 minutes. I'll work again for 30 minutes. I'll set another timer again for 10 minutes to rest. So you're doing this back and forth. You don't know what this is actually doing to you. You are able to do more stuff work, more stuffs. You're going to get more stuffs done at this particular period of time, because you know that, okay, after this I'm going to rest. You get? So it's much more better than when you're just doing a lot of stuff and you don't even know how much you spent. You don't know when you need to rest. You don't know when you need to do this. You get? And it's really it does not allow you to be more productive. You get? Like I said before, you should actually get yourself in the state that allows you to be more productive. So set timer for whatever you're doing. So let's say you're writing a copy or you are creating a design. Give yourself a time. So I'm working on this design just for 40 minutes. After 40 minutes, I'll stop whatever I'm doing and I'll go and rest, or I'll go and take a walk, and then I'm going to come back to the design. You get? It's going to really help you to be more productive than when you're just doing all of these stuffs without even checking your timer, because you don't even know how much you spent, and then you're going to be very, very tired because you might spend more than what you should. And then before you know, you'll be so tired that you can't even work on the next stuff, and then you start feeling like you've not done anything. You guys, but when you set an app for yourself, you get to know how much you're spending per time and how much you're spending per rest. You get me? So actually use timers. And then next one, get yourself to be accountable. Get yourself to be accountable. If you have very, very serious issues with productivity, then you can actually work with other people that you know are better than you, or friends of yours that you know that you're actually in the same line. So let's say you're a graphic designer, you can work with other graphic designers, you can work with other copywriters, you can work with other people that are in your circle, or friends that you know that you actually go into the same place, because not every friend you should actually work with. You get? So you actually get into a community of people that you know that are very, very productive. So you make them accountable to you. So one thing that I actually do is, so I have a friend of I tell him, okay, Alpha guy, I want to work on these things today, let's say tomorrow. So I list out 5 tasks I want to get to do that day. I'll send the 5 tasks to him and I tell him, okay, at the end of the day, I'll let you know how many I've done. So let's say at the end of the day, I'm able to do 3. most times I'm able to do all these the 5 because when I'm sending it tasks to you, I always make sure I complete them. I don't like you to see me as that guy that is lazy. So if you're also like that, you find out that on a normal day what you could not do, but because of you send this task to this guy, you don't want to follow his hand. Before you know, you actually be able to do that particular thing. So get yourself accountable. Another thing you can do is put a price on it. Like for me, I go as far as I can send you, like if I want to get something done so badly, I'll tell you, okay guy, I want to record 5 videos today and I'm going to pay you this amount of money. If I'm not able to record the 5 of them, remove this amount of money from it. So let's say I'm sending you 30k for 5 videos, and I'll tell you, okay, if I record 4 videos, remove out of it. If I record 3 videos, remove out of it. Most times I always record the complete 5 because I know my money is in this person's hand. So the main idea behind this is you know you cannot help yourself, so you actually get accountability from somebody, and before you know, when you do this consistently, it allows you to be more productive. And then lastly, you should know that productivity is like building a habit. So it's not something that happens by magic. You don't just wake up one morning, or you don't just watch a video and you think that you are going to be super productive today. It's actually an habit. You know, if you've been lazy for a very long time, you cannot just wake up and start to be productive. Just the way you didn't become lazy in a day. It was a gradual process. You were doing something constantly, and before you knew, it grew into this particular habit. So productivity is a habit that you have to actually develop. So you actually do it again and again and again. You do the first day, you ace it. You do the second day and you miss it. Well, that doesn't matter. You go do the next day because it's a habit that you're building. Before you know, when you do this consistently, you will notice that you don't even have issues with being productive. You would actually have issues in actually being able to stop being able to stop working, because you've actually you're able to build the habit from this guy that used to be lazy to this guy that just love work. You get? So it's a habit. It's a habit that you're looking to create. It's not about I want to be productive today. It's about I want to build a habit of productivity. So if you miss any day, or you just feel some days you're very lazy, or you're very weak, you don't even know what to do at all through the day, that doesn't matter. If you can get back on track, that they get back on track. If you can't get back on track, the next day go harder. You get? So productivity is a habit, and the more you actually flex it, the more strong it would actually be. So yes, this is where I'm ending the video on how to be more productive as an entrepreneur. I'm sure you actually gained value from this video. If you did, let me know in the comment section below. So have an amazing time and see you next Friday.